Welcome back, students. In the first video of departmental accounts, we have tried understanding about the concept or a meaning of a department, then the meaning of a departmental business, then the meaning of a departmental accounts, and the objectives of departmental accounts. These are the things which we have understood in the first video of departmental accounts. Now in this video we will try to understand about allocation of expenses of each department in trading and profit and loss account, or in trading and departmental trading and profit and loss account. How to allocate the expenses, how to identify the expenses of each department here. And of course, there are certain procedures which we have to follow to allocate the expenses of each department in departmental accounts. Generally, students, in the question, they will give a common expenses. They will give expenses and a common amount for all the departments. They will not give the expenses separately of each department. We have to find out the expenses, or we have to allocate the expenses separately for each department. For example, they will give the advertisement expenses has 1 lakh rupees, but they will not mention whether it is the expenses of department A or whether it is the expenses of department B. How much to be given to department A or how much to be given to department A or B. So such type of allocation they will not provide, hence we have to allocate those expenses. How to allocate those expenses, that we are going to understand in this particular video. Allocation of expenses of each department. So when they are giving such type of expenses, there are certain ratios to be calculated. On the basis of the ratios, you people have to allocate the expenses to each department. Now let us understand about certain ratios. Here there are common and most repeated ratios what you people will get while preparing a departmental accounts to allocate the expenses is: one is net sales ratio, another is net purchases ratio, floor space occupied ratio, meter reading ratio, light points ratio, and for some of the other expenses which we have written on the board here, which I have written on the board, general expenses or some of the expenses you will get where you won't get these type of things in the ratios what I have told you now. A separate ratio to be prepared which we will discuss in this video. Now let us discuss about net sales ratio. On the sales, a sales is a direct income of a business. Net sales is nothing but gross sales minus sales returns. You will get net sales. On the net sales, you will calculate a ratio. For example, if department A sales is 1 lakh and department B net sales is 2 lakh, then you will calculate the ratio of the sales of both the departments. How to find out the ratios? I hope you know this. So the ratio of the net sales or net sales ratio for department A and department B, example I am giving for the departments here, the ratio can be 1:2. Where 1 lakh is the sales of department A, 2 lakh is the sales of department B, then the ratio will be 1:2. On the basis of this net sales ratio, you can allocate some of the expenses. So which are the expenses you can allocate on the basis of a net sales ratio? Example for this I will tell you, all the selling expenses, all the expenses related to sales, all the selling expenses, all the selling expenses can be allocated on the basis of a net sales ratio. Example, the bad debts which is debited in the profit and loss account, that bad debts can be allocated on the basis of a net sales ratio. Reserve created for the bad debts can be allocated on the basis of a net sales ratio, and discount allowed can be allocated on the basis of a net sales ratio. Advertisement expenses can be allocated on the basis of a net sales ratio. So these are the examples I have given to you. When it comes to the net sales ratio, just keep in your mind all the selling expenses, the expenses incurred to sell the goods and services. That particular selling expenses can be considered or can be allocated on the basis of net sales ratio. When it comes to the another ratio for the allocation of expenses in departmental accounts is net purchases ratio. First of all, net purchases in the sense the gross purchases minus purchase returns. You will get net purchases. So you will find the purchases of department if there are two departments, namely Department A and Department B. If you want to find out a net purchases ratio, so you will check the net purchases of both the departments. For example, if Department A's purchases is 5 lakhs and Department B's purchases is 10 lakh rupees, then you will find out the ratio has 1:2 here. Then on the basis of net purchases ratio, you have to allocate the expenses. So which are the expenses to be allocated on the basis of net purchases ratio? Any expenses which is relating to purchase, keep this in your mind. Any expenses which is relating to purchases, those expenses can be allocated on the basis of net purchases ratio. Some of the examples which I have given in the quote to you people: carriage inwards is a direct expense here. Then that particular expenses can be allocated on the basis of a net purchase ratio. Import duties, any taxes paid on the imports, import taxes, import duties, such type of expenses can be allocated on the basis of a net purchase ratio. Freight charges, if you have any freight charges as an expense there, that expenses can be allocated to each department on the basis of net purchases ratio. We tried understanding about net sales ratio is one allocation of expenses. On the basis of net sales, you can allocate the expenses. On the basis of net purchases, you can allocate the expenses. These are the most commonly repeated adjustments in the examination you will get for allocating the expenses in departmental accounts. And the next things is allocation of expenses on the basis of area or floor space occupied by department. Allocation of expenses is done on the basis of net sales, on the basis of net purchases, and also on the basis of space or floor space or area occupied by each department. This is one concept here for allocating the expenses in departmental accounts. So, which are the expenses to be divided? Which are the expenses to be distributed or allocated on the basis of area or floor space occupied by each department? Those expenses are rent and rates. Any rent and rates expenses, that such type of expenses can be distributed or divided or allocated on the basis of floor space occupied by the department or area occupied by the department. One is rent and rates, and the next is repairs and insurance of building occupied. If there is any repairs done to the building, or you are paying insurance for a building occupied. So if such type of expenses available in the question, that is repairs and insurance of building, keep in the mind, repairs and insurance of building, such type of expenses can be allocated on the basis of area or floor space occupied by the department. So we tried understanding three allocations, three bases on which we can allocate the expenses. One is net sales, where selling expenses we will consider. One is purchases, net purchase ratio, where purchases expenses we will consider, and another is area or floor space occupied by the department. Here you will consider rent and rates, you will consider repairs of building, you will consider insurance of building. Then fourth basis here it is meter reading. Fourth basis. On the basis of meter reading of the departmental activities, electric activities, you can divide the expenses. So which are the expenses to be divided on the basis of meter reading here? That is lighting and heating. If you have any lighting expenses and fuel expenses like heating expenses, lighting expenses and heating expenses, then these particular expenses can be allocated on the basis of meter reading. What if the meter reading activities or meter reading is not provided in the question? Then if the meter reading is not provided, then you will allocate these lighting and heating expenses on the basis of number of light points of each department. If number of light points is not available, meter reading is not available to distribute lighting and heating expenses, then light points is not available to distribute lighting and heating expenses, then on what basis you will distribute lighting and heating expenses? You will distribute on the basis of space occupied by the department. Generally, if floor space occupied here, on the basis of this, you can allocate the rent and rates, you can allocate the repairs or insurance of building. Whereas, lighting and heating can be distributed on floor space. Conditions apply here. The conditions are the meter readings and light points should not be provided in the problem. If the meter readings is provided, then you have to distribute the lighting and heating expenses on the basis of meter reading. If it is not provided, then you have to distribute lighting and heating expenses on the basis of light points. If it is not provided, then you have to distribute lighting and heating expenses on the basis of space occupied by each department. These are the four bases which we have discussed now. One is you can allocate the expenses on the basis of net sales ratio. You can allocate the expenses for the in-departmental accounts on the basis of net purchases ratio. You can allocate the expenses on the basis of floor space occupied or area occupied by each department. You can allocate the expenses on the basis of meter reading. The next, some of the expenses I have taken example which they can ask in the examination, where, for example, power expenses, expenses like power, only this word they have mentioned. Then on what basis you will distribute this particular power? Generally it is lighting expenses, then it is distributed on the basis of meter reading. If meter reading is not applicable, then it should be distributed on the basis of floor space. Once again I repeat, power expenses should be allocated on the basis of meter reading provided as per each department, or it should be distributed on the basis of a floor space occupied by each department. This is one expenses. Other expenses like insurance premium, they have mentioned there are different students. Insurance of a building should be distributed on the basis of floor space. Insurance of a building should be distributed on the basis of a floor space. Insurance premium, then this is different here. There are varieties of insurance which is insured by the company. It can be insurance on inventory, insurance on building, insurance on machineries, varieties of insurance. So, if there is insurance on building, then on the basis of floor space you will allocate the expense, building insurance expense. What if only insurance premium word has been mentioned there? We don't know whether it is insurance of building or we don't know whether it is insurance of other things. They have just mentioned insurance premium. Then on what basis you will distribute this insurance premium? It is distributed or it is allocated to each department on the basis of subject matter of insured. They will provide the subject matter of insured. Hence, on the basis of subject matter of insured, you will allocate the expenses called insurance premium. Another expense like labor welfare expenses. If they have provided any labor welfare expenses, then this particular expenses should be allocated on the basis of number of workers working in each department. Labor welfare expenses should be allocated on the basis of number of workers working in each department. Other expenses like depreciation and repairs on machinery. Depreciation and repairs on machinery. These particular expenses can be distributed on the basis of a value of a machine. Depreciation of a machine, repairs on a machine. This particular distributed on value of a machine. If the value of the machines are not provided, then the space occupied by the machine in a department, space occupied by the machines in a department on the basis of that space. Now I am not talking about floor area space or floor space. I am talking about space which is occupied to install that machine. That space, if they are providing that, then that repairs or depreciation of machine can be allocated on the basis of this space occupied by the machine. Once again I repeat, the expenses like depreciation of a machinery, the expenses like repairs of a machinery should be allocated on the basis of value of the machine or space occupied by the machine. Other expenses like workman's compensation. Workman's compensation. These expenses can be allocated on the basis of a ratio of wages. Wages paid to workers. Wages paid to workers. How much of wage you are paying to department A? How much of wages you are paying to department B? So on the basis of wages, you can allocate the expenses like workman compensation. Any workman compensation expense, I am not talking about fund. Workman compensation fund is different. Workman compensation expense is different. Workman compensation expense can be distributed or can be allocated on the basis of number of wages. So these are the general expenses which I have discussed. Some of the expenses. Generally, allocation of expenses in departmental accounts can be done on the basis of net sales ratio. I hope you have understood which are the expenses to be considered, while expenses can be divided or allocated on the basis of net sales ratio. I hope you have understood which are the expenses to be considered, which are the expenses to be allocated on the basis of net purchases ratio. I hope you have understood which are the expenses to be allocated on the basis of area or floor space occupied ratio. I hope you have understood which are the expenses to be allocated on the basis of meter reading, on the basis of light point, or on the basis of space occupied. Then power is one expenses to be distributed on meter reading. If it is not available, then space occupied. Then insurance premium should be distributed or allocated on the basis of subject matter of insured. Labor welfare expenses to be distributed on the basis of number of workers working in a department. Then repairs and depreciation on machinery. Repairs and depreciation of machinery can be allocated on the basis of value of the machine or floor space occupied in the machine. Then workman compensation is the expense can be distributed on the basis of wages. If the expenses which is not coming under these heads, it is not workman compensation, it is not insurance premium, it is not a power, it is not a depreciation, it is not a labor welfare expenses, it is not a selling expenses, it is not a purchases expenses, nor it is the expense which will come under meter reading or floor space occupied or lighting points. Then such type of expenses, if they are mentioning anything in the adjustment, then you have to follow that adjustment. On what basis you have to divide, they will mention in the adjustment. If they are not mentioning in the adjustment, then such type of general expenses to be debited to general profit and loss account, not in departmental profit and loss account. Example is interest on capital. On what basis you will divide? On the basis of sales you cannot divide, on the basis of purchases you cannot divide, on the basis of meter reading you cannot divide, on any basis you cannot divide this interest on capital. Then this particular interest on capital should be debited in general profit and loss account. We should not take this in departmental trading and profit and loss account. Other examples for general expenses to be debited to general profit and loss account is audit fees, bank charges. I have given 3 examples here: interest on capital, audit fees, bank charges. These are the examples where these are the things which we will debit to general profit and loss account. Well students, in the second video of departmental accounts, we tried understanding about allocation of expenses, and I hope you have understood how to allocate the expenses in departmental accounts. In the next video, we will discuss about practical problems of departmental accounts. Thank you.